And we come to this very difficult place where we have to deny ourselves. There's no way around that. But remember this. This is very beautiful. When we say no to one thing, we're saying yes to something else. In order to say yes to something, you have to say no to something else. When you think of it that way, we don't just want to focus on saying no to the temptation, because we're tempted in our weakness, and we're drawn away of our own lust. So these things that are inside of us that the world wants to come and to pull us away from God, it's a real thing, and it can be discouraging that we have weakness, that we have the ability to be tempted. But James says, count it joy. There's something going on here. There's something for your good if you would allow it. So turning this towards God, realizing that we're not just saying no, we're saying yes. In order to say yes to God's will, we must say no to our own. Denying ourselves is a real part of this relationship. We cannot do it on our own. We don't have to do anything on our own. We can't do anything on our own. We're not able to. God doesn't want us to. He's with us. With God, all things are possible. This is a relationship. It's about working things out together with God. It's definitely not about doing something for God. It's doing something with God. So when it comes to denying yourself, that's a tall order. I can't do this on my own. I've got to pray. I've got to be honest with God and let him know exactly where I'm coming from, what's going on. And before the battle rages, before the trial comes or the temptation, I'm saying in my heart, with God's Spirit and his power and his presence surrounding me, I'm saying in my heart and my mind, yes to you, Father, and no to my own selfish desires and my ways. I'm trusting you for something bigger and better, for something greater, for something that I can't see. Your ways are higher than mine. Your thoughts are much higher than my thoughts. I understand. If I understand anything, I understand I don't know anything at all. I don't understand you and your ways unless you help me to understand. I don't know anything unless you cause me to know it. So I'm not just going to take anything at face value. I'm going to take everything back to you, Father God. I'm going to make it a part of our relationship to talk to you about the things that I struggle with, the things that I'm reading in the Word, the things that I'm hearing, the things that I'm seeing, because I need for you to help me to understand. I don't know anything apart from you. I don't want to know anything apart from you. So I'm laying my will down moment by moment, and certainly it comes to the place where we must deny ourselves. We're saying yes to what's beyond the horizon, to what we can't see, when we say no to what we can see. The temptation, the weakness, the trial, these are things that we feel, taste, touch, see. The promise, the reward, the life that's more abundant, it's unseen. It's unknown. It's hidden. It's just out of sight. We must trust God, deny ourselves, take up whatever this cross may be in our lives. Realize that we're not alone. He's carrying this cross with us, and we follow him. We follow his voice. We know his voice. We follow him, and he leads us. He causes us to lie down in green pastures. He leads us beside the still waters of rest. He restores our soul. He reveals to us things that we are not able to know or to understand apart from him. He is the way, the truth, and the life. And everyone who needs rest, let's run to the feet of Jesus today. Let's bow ourselves in humility. Let's be honest with God. Let our lives become worship to the Father. Let us glorify Him in all that we do because we love Him and our relationship is overflowing. Wherever you're at today, that's where you are. That's where it always begins with God, is right where you're at. Taking steps forward towards God in faith. This is a requirement. This is our responsibility. This is our, should be our good pleasure to respond to God. But it all begins in honesty. And don't be ashamed of your weakness. Bring it to God. Talk to Him about it. He can help you with it. It'll become the place where God will reveal His strength in a special way. And you'll know. You'll know when God shows up, because when He replaces your weakness with His strength, you're like, wow, okay, I can't do that. I wouldn't be able to do that. This is special. This is a daily thing. Yeah, you're going to have to deny yourself, but go ahead and realize now that by saying no to what you can see, you're saying yes to what you can't see. God has great things in store for us. He's looking for us to grow in our relationship and mature. And these things that we're talking about now are things, these are things of maturity, in growing what God has placed inside of us. And so He says to us, seek, knock, ask, all these things that he encourages us to do, so that we may discover, so that we may find, so that we may hear, so that we may get an answer. But we press forward. We forget what's behind. We press forward. We never fully obtain in this life. We're always pressing forward. We're always searching. We're always knocking. We're always asking. We're never full of ourselves. We're never knowing every answer. We're never understanding it all. It's like we look through a glass and it's very dim and we can't see the full picture, but we're trusting in our hearts and in our minds that God has it all worked out, and that He's going to reveal what He needs to reveal, what He wants to reveal, what He chooses to reveal.
Oh, I know that you'll go, my love, I'll think I'm yours. My dreams, like trees, I hope one day they'll grow, and I want to hold your hands when it is cold. So I wait, but you hate. You have so much to say. For you, I'm true. I have so much to do. Though you know that I'm yours, my love, I think I'm gone. My love, I think I'm gone. Will the day is done? I'll find. And you want to say goodbye, but I'll kiss you one last time. Though I know that you go,